Good morning students. Myself Amrita HS, Department of Chemistry, Gopal Swami, PU College. So in this session we will be analyzing a new inorganic salt and we will be analyzing what is this acid radical and basic radical and we will be seeing what is the formula of your inorganic salt, that is what is your unknown inorganic salt given. So first of all we have to go for your preliminary examinations, that you have to study about the physical state, the color as well as solubility of the given salt using your 5 senses. So first of all you have to look into the physical state of your given salt, that is whether it is amorphous or crystalline. So you all know that when you touch the salt, if you have a feel of talcum powder, it is amorphous in nature. If you have crystalline, that is if you get crystals like substances with your fingers, or when you feel it, if you get crystal like things, it is called as crystalline substance. So if you observe the salt, this is crystalline salt, that is if you touch the salt you can have a feel of crystals like substance. So hence the salt is crystalline in nature. If you observe the color of the given salt, the color is white. Now let us move on to the solubility test of the given salt, that is the given salt whether it is soluble in given 2 reagents, one is water, the other one is your dilute HCl. So first we are opting the water, the solubility of the given salt in water, that is in cold condition first followed by hot condition. So if it is insoluble in cold condition of your water, you have to move on to your hot condition. So first let us look into the solubility of salt of water in cold condition. Take a test tube, a pinch of salt using your spatula, add some plain water which is in cold condition. Mix it vigorously. So you can observe that there is no salt remaining in this test tube that I had added, which means that the given salt is soluble in this plain water in cold condition. So hence the solubility of the given salt is in cold water. So now the preliminary examination is over. Now we have to directly move into the analysis of acid radical, that is you have to go for the analysis of first group acid radicals. So what is the group reagent? Dilute HCl. So you have to add dilute HCl to the given salt and look for the characteristic reaction, that is if you get a brisk effervescence it is first group, otherwise you have to move into your second group. So take a pinch of salt, add dilute HCl. You can observe that there is no brisk effervescence from your test tube, which means that first group acid radical is absent. So since it is absent, now we have to move on to your second group acid radicals, that is you have to detect whether second group acid radicals are present. Take a pinch of salt, add concentrated sulfuric acid. You can observe there is no characteristic reactions upon adding concentrated sulfuric acid. Chloride bromide is absent since chloride bromide reacts at room temperature for giving your characteristic reaction. Since there is no characteristic reaction at room temperature, chloride matte bromide absent. But nitrate ide, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದರಾ second group acid radical ಅಲ್ಲಿ there is a nitrate also. Nitrate it doesn't give characteristic reaction at room temperature. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, you have to take this concentrated sulfuric acid and salt and heat it in the presence of a copper turning. ಇಲ್ಲಿ copper turning ಬದಲು I am taking a paper ball since it is reacting very easily when compared to your copper. Copper ಗೆ high temperature ಬೇಕು and ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು concentrated sulfuric acid. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ in order to be safe, copper turning ಬದಲು I am using a paper ball. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, take a piece of paper, very small tiny piece of paper, make into ball, heat this and add a paper ball. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ instead of copper turning. Paper ball ಹಾಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, if you get a brown fumes, heat ಮಾಡಿ paper ball ಹಾಕಿದ ಮೇಲೆ if you get a brown fumes, nitrate, that is second group acid radical nitrate is present ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. If the solution turns black, brown fumes ಬಂದರೆ nitrate. If the solution turns black, then second group acid radical is absent. You have to go for third group, that is sulfate ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ now I have to heat this mixture, salt plus concentrated sulfuric acid. After heating, add a small paper ball. After the solution comes to boil, you can observe it has started boiling. It has started boiling. Just add a paper ball. You can observe the brown fumes are coming out of your test tube. which means that second group acid radical nitrate is present. So, in the group test we have found out that the given salt has an acid radical in second group and that is nitrate. So, now we have to perform the confirmatory test for nitrate. The confirmatory test for nitrate is brown ring test. So, what is the procedure to perform your brown ring test? For brown ring test, first you have to prepare a salt solution. So, yaudral prepare madbeku, since the given salt is soluble in water, you have to prepare salt solution with water. So, take a test tube, add a pinch of salt, add water, plain water, distilled water. Prepare your original solution. In one test tube, your salt solution is prepared. In the other test tube, you have to prepare an aqueous solution of ferrous sulfate. So, take a small amount of ferrous sulfate. So, in one test tube, I have prepared the salt solution, given salt solution. In the other test tube, I have prepared ferrous sulfate solution. Keep your ferrous sulfate solution aside for few minutes. To the salt solution, add concentrated sulfuric acid. To the walls of the test tube, add concentrated sulfuric acid. Now, keep this test tube aside for few minutes. So, after resting your original solution plus concentrated sulfuric acid for some time, now decant your ferrous sulfate solution that you have prepared previously very slowly to this mixture, that is salt solution plus concentrated sulfuric acid solution mixture ge ferrous sulfate ಏನು prepare ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆ solution ನ slow ಆಗಿ decant ಮಾಡಬೇಕು like this. Now, keep this mixture aside for few minutes. So, after resting the solution for some time, you can observe there is a brown ring at the junction of two liquids. So, at the junction of a liquid, you can observe there is a brown color ring which confirms that the acid radical present in the given salt is nitrate. So, now we have confirmed the acid radical is nitrate. Now, let us move on to the analysis of basic radicals. In analysis of basic radical, first we have to analyze zero group basic radical. So, take a pinch of salt, add sodium hydroxide solution, dilute sodium hydroxide, now heat it, then observe the pungent smell of this group, that is if ammonium radical is present, you will be having a pungent smell, otherwise zero group basic radical, that is ammonium is absent. So, there is no pungent smell coming out of this test tube, which means that zero group basic radical ammonium is absent. So, since zero group basic radical is absent, we have to move on to your first group basic radicals. So, from first group to fifth group, you require your original solution, hence I have to prepare your original solution, that is nothing but your salt solution with a suitable solvent. We know that the given salt is soluble in water in cold condition, hence the original solution is prepared with cold water. Take excess of salt, say 2 to 3 spatula of your salt, so that the concentrated original solution is prepared. Add some water, say 3/4 of the test tube, 3/4 of the test tube, and prepare your original solution. Now, the original solution is prepared. So, we will start your analysis for first group basic radical. Decant a small amount of your original solution prepared. So, take a small amount of original solution, add your group reagent for first group basic radical. So, what is the group reagent for first group basic radical? It is dilute HCl. So, add the group reagent for first group dilute HCl. You can observe a clear solution, which means that there is no precipitation, which means that first group basic radical is absent. So, we have to move on to your second group basic radical. Decant a small amount of original solution. Add your second group basic radical group reagent. So, what are the second group basic radical group reagents? It is dilute HCl followed by H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide. So, add dilute HCl followed by H2S. You can observe a clear solution, which means that there is no precipitation, hence second group basic radical is absent. Now we have to move on for third group basic radical detections. So, decant a small amount of original solution, add a pinch of ammonium chloride salt, completely solubilize your ammonium chloride first, then add your ammonium hydroxide. You can observe that there is no precipitation, hence third group basic radical is also absent. Since third group basic radical is absent, move on for fourth group basic radical analysis. Decant a small amount of original solution. The group reagents for your fourth group basic radical is ammonium chloride followed by ammonium hydroxide plus H2S excess. So, that is your group reagent. So, add a pinch of ammonium chloride first. Solubilize your ammonium chloride completely. Add ammonium hydroxide. Add H2S in excess. So, you can observe that there is no precipitation, which means that fourth group basic radical is also absent. Hence, we have to move on for your fifth group basic radical. So, test for fifth group basic radical. Decant a small amount of original solution, to which add a small pinch of ammonium chloride salt. So, now the ammonium chloride salt which I have added is completely solubilized. Now, I have to add ammonium hydroxide, shake it. Now, add ammonium carbonate and observe carefully whether the precipitate appears. You can observe a white precipitate is appearing, which means that fifth group basic radicals are present. So, fifth group basic radicals are present, and the three radicals of fifth group is barium, strontium and calcium. So, you have to analyze these three radicals in which one of the radical is present, that is it may be barium, strontium or calcium. Adhe order le analyze ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, that is you have to first analyze for barium, do the confirmatory test for barium. If it is absent, go for strontium. If it is absent, then finally go for your calcium. That is haphazardly you cannot analyze first calcium followed by barium or followed by strontium. So, ಇದೇ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ನ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ, ಒಂದ್ರದ್ದು absence test ತೋರಿಸಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ರದ್ದು presence test ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. That is if barium is present, the test is stopped there itself. If it is absent, go for strontium. If it is absent, go for calcium. So, ಇದೇ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ absence test ನ ತೋರಿಸಿ presence test ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. That is because ಈ systematic procedure ಗೆ you will be having 1 marks. That is one after the other there is an orderly arrangement of these radicals. So, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ orderly arrangement ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ absence test ನ ತೋರಿಸಿನೇ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. Hence, orderly ಆಗಿ barium, strontium, calcium ನ analyze ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So, first let us move on to the analysis of barium. So, take a small amount of original solution to which add dilute acetic acid followed by potassium chromate solution. You can observe that there is no yellow precipitation. Yellow solution agide, but it is not yellow precipitate. So, ide tara ide almost yellow solution tarane ide. So, hence it is not an yellow precipitate. So, barium is absent. So, no need to make the flame test for barium. Go for the test for strontium. Strontium ge take a small amount of your original solution, add dilute acetic acid. Now, add ammonium sulfate solution. You can observe a white precipitate is appearing, which means that strontium is present. Since strontium is present, now we have to do a confirmatory test for strontium. Fifth group basic radicals, all the fifth group basic radicals, the confirmatory test is flame test. Hence, there should be a flame test for strontium also. So, we are doing a strontium flame test now. Take a pinch of salt on your watch glass. Add 2 to 3 drops of concentrated HCl. Using a glass rod, make a thin paste of this salt. So, you can observe a crimson red color is imparted to the flame, which means that strontium is confirmed. So, the strontium is confirmed, hence the given salt is, that is acid radical we have confirmed it is nitrate, the basic radical we have now confirmed it is strontium. Hence, the combination of the given inorganic salt is strontium nitrate. So, acid radical, first you have to write the name is nitrate, symbol is NO3 minus. The basic radical we have analyzed is strontium and the symbol is Sr2 plus. So, the given salt is, what is the combination of the salt? First you have to write your basic radical followed by your acid radical, that is cation first barutte, name of the cation, ಆಮೇಲೆ anion barutte. So, cation name ಏನು strontium, anion name ಏನು nitrate. ಅದೇ ತರ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನು ಬರಿಬೇಕು. So, how to write the formula ನೋಡೋಣ. So, strontium 2 plus nitrate is your acid radical. So, first you have to look into what is the charge on each cation and anion. Cation ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಚಾರ್ಜು ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ 2. ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಏನು ಬರೀ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ minus 1 ಅಂತ. ಸೊ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 1. So, you have to cross multiply this charge along with your radicals, that is 1 times strontium twice nitrate, that is strontium first cation ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಬರಿಬೇಕು 1 time nitrate. Nitrate is an ion, it is a polyatomic ion. Polyatomic ion ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ types of atoms ಇದೆ, elements ಇದೆ. So, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ polyatomic ion ಬಂದಾಗ you have to take a bracket into that NO3 polyatomic anion ಅದು NO3 ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ twice. So, this is twice. Formula ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ you should remember that this is 1 time, this is twice ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ, this is -2, this is +2, which means that it is neutralized. ಅಂದರೆ ಬರೋಂಥ ಸಾಲ್ಟು it is a neutral salt which doesn't have any charge. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ +2 ಬರೆಯೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ -1 ಬರೆಯೋದು ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. So, salt ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ you should remember that this is -2 because you have multiplied by 2. This is +2 which means that the charge will be cancelled to become a neutral charge. So, salt combination ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ you should never write the charge on the salt. So, this is the formula of the given salt, that is strontium nitrate.